I'm Cindy.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. And we're here with another feeding frenzy for the Master Key system. And we are in part 1, day 17.
All possession is based on consciousness. All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness. All loss is the result of a scattering consciousness.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right, explain it to me.
I truly believe that. What was the first part again?
All possession is based on consciousness.
You believe that?
Yes.
Why do you believe that?
I've got to believe I have it before I can have it. I got to believe I'm worthy of it before I can have it.
There's the key right there. We can have anything, be anything. I mean, we tell our children, you can do anything you want to do. But if they don't believe they can, then they won't, right?
Right.
Well, we forget as adults that still applies. We still have to believe it in order to get it, right? So, do I believe that all possession is based on consciousness? Absolutely. If I don't think I'm worthy of it, first of all, I'm not going to work towards it.
Right.
Secondly, I'm not going to attract it.
Right.
So I'm certainly not going to get it.
You won't have the confidence to get it.
Even if it comes and I can possess it for a short amount of time, it will be fleeting.
Right.
It'll leave me quickly. If I don't have it here.
You've heard of people who win the lottery and within a couple of years it's gone. It's because they don't believe they're worth it, or they don't believe they can have that kind of money. They don't believe they're the kind of person that can have that kind of money.
It's very fleeting.
So it disappears. However, I've heard of people who start with nothing and build themselves an empire and have a lot of money and lose it, but then gain it right back. So it's a consciousness as to what we believe.
Well, but then again, playing devil's advocate, if you have the consciousness and you've built it and you lose it like that, well, why did they lose it to begin with if they got that consciousness?
Well, I think there are all kinds of circumstances. I mean, they could have lost it in, the stock market crashes or whatever. So, the point is they can make it right back.
Right. They make it right back because they do have that consciousness. But the point being also that we live in the world, and we are subject to the same collective consciousness or, the thoughts that surround us as anybody else.
Right.
So
I find it interesting that during the Great Depression, the most millionaires were performed. But you
don't hear about that. What you hear about is the lack of that time period.
Right. And most people had a lack consciousness during that time period. And it's the same with every new revolution, is that there are millionaires born out of new stuff all the time. It depends on our perspective of what's going on. Most recently, when the economy declined, you heard about all these people who had lost their jobs and all these people who were really hurting, and yet there were still other people who were taking advantage of the new information revolution or whatever, the information age, and were becoming millionaires. So it's all a matter of perspective.
I think that's the difference between a recession and a depression. I think it's literally the consciousness of the people.
Could have easily been.
I think we could have easily, this last recession, ended up in a depression had we all had the consciousness that, it's gone. But I believe there were enough that decided, just because this is going on around me doesn't mean I'm totally flat broke. I can do something else. I think there were enough that had that kind of consciousness that turned it around, that we didn't end up in another depression.
I agree. All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness. So anytime we gain anything, it's because we believe that things accumulate. That money pulls money to itself, or that
like attracts like.
Like attracts like, or time attracts time, and whatever we're gaining, it's because we believe that things accumulate. And all loss is the result of a scattering consciousness. If we believe that all things go away, disappear, scatter, then they will. So it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is.
Whatever we believe is what's going to happen. I remember one time I was at work when I had a real job, and I was at work and everybody came in from lunch and said, "There's a gas shortage. You got to go buy gas. If you're going to get any gas today, you've got to go get it today because all the gas stations are running out." And I thought, well, that's weird. Gas had been going up. This was when it first started going way up. And everybody took off to go buy gas at me. And when I got home, sure enough, on my way home, gas stations were packed, but nobody could get gas.
Really?
Everybody was out. This was in Nashville. Everybody was out of gas. There were signs up everywhere, no gas, and everybody was panicking.
Yeah.
I mean, huge panic all over Nashville. So I turned on the news, and guess what?
What?
Nashville was the only city in the U.S. that had a gas shortage. Why? Because the rumor got started that there was a gas shortage. And that it was at that point I said, I get it now. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we believe there's a gas shortage, there will be a gas shortage. We were the only city
Really?
in the whole nation.
But I didn't live here. I'm just saying.
Okay, so all possession is based on consciousness. All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness, and all loss is the result of a scattering consciousness. So what are you going to do about that?
Obviously, I'm going to focus on the gain.
Yeah.
Let me just put it out here. I am ready, able, and willing to accept a lottery payout.
Send your check.
I have a rich consciousness, and I'm ready to accept it.
Okay.
Now I just got to buy a ticket.
Okay. Now I'm gonna make this really hard.
Yeah.
Let's talk about weight in this respect. Ooh. Okay.
Quiet. Better get off my porch.
All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness, and all loss is the result of a scattering consciousness. So, as far as our weight goes, what kind of
Does this apply to weight? I think you went above and beyond here.
This applies to everything. Everything. Not just
I
money.
can't just apply to everything.
Yeah, it does. So all loss is the result of a scattering consciousness. So I choose to see my weight as scattering. Okay? I
Okay.
don't need it anymore.
Okay.
I don't need the excess.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to scatter. And David's going to beat it out of me.
I'm going to bet on David myself.
You don't believe this applies to everything?
Of course, I believe it applies to everything.
Okay.
Do I want to talk about it applying to everything? Well, no. Because then I got to look at what's my responsibility in this.
Oh, ooh, that's another tape. Another video on responsibility.
Yeah, we better stop now before I unfriend you.
Shrink.
Shreem.